Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys hockey contest between the visiting Braintree High School Womps and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. We got a bit of an unusual setting for today's contest. Brookline usually plays their home games at Walter Brown Arena, but this game conflicted with a game for the Boston University women's hockey team. And, well, it's their rink first, so they get first dibs. And so Brookline has been moved out here to Watertown, where they will be taking on Braintree. Brookline at an important juncture. They're hoping to snap a 3-game losing streak and improve their standing in the Division I power rankings. Brookline comes into this one with a 3-6-2 overall record, 3 wins, 6 losses, 2 ties. And as of the most recent Division I power rankings that came out Friday morning, Brookline ranks 33rd, 1 spot out of the necessary ranking to make the state tournament, so they are fighting hard to improve their standing within the division. Braintree coming into this one with a record of 3-4-1, 16th in the Division I rankings from yesterday. Braintree trying to fend off a bit of a skid of their own as they've lost 3 of their last 4 contests. So this should make for an interesting one here today. Let's go over the rosters for the 2 teams coming in. We'll start with the visiting Braintree High Womps, who we can see here on our right in their blue jerseys with white jersey numbers. Going in order of jersey number for Braintree, first we have a junior goalie, number 1, Amir Cullinane. Next, a junior defenseman, number 3, Joe DiMartino. A junior forward, number 4, Jimmy Frechette. A sophomore defenseman, number 5, Matt Hanlon. A senior defenseman, number 6, Matt Keegan. A senior forward, number 7, Joe Grant. A senior defenseman and captain, number 8, Jake Joyce. A senior forward and captain, number 9, Sean O'Rourke. A senior forward and captain, number 10, Larry Graziano. A junior forward, number 11, Sean Canavan. A senior forward, number 12, Mason Rebello. A junior forward, number 13, Matt Kennedy. A senior forward, number 14, Joe Bossy. A junior forward, number 15, Devin Lucas. A junior forward, number 16, Matt Ryan. A junior defenseman, number 17, Aiden Finn. A junior forward, number 18, Jack McDonough. A junior defenseman, number 19, Matt Harvey. A senior forward, number 22, Aiden O'Connor. Junior forward, number 23, Dylan Curtin. A junior forward, number 25, Andrew Gaffney. A senior defenseman, number 27, Mike Giuliano. A senior defenseman, number 29, Matt Lee. And a sophomore goalie, number 30, Cam Barron. Head coach of the Braintree High boys hockey team is David Fasano. So that is the roster for Braintree. Now we move over to our left to read off the roster for the home team, Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number, first off we have a sophomore defenseman and forward, number 2, Jack Herman. Next, a freshman forward, number 3, Ricky Ace. A senior defenseman and captain, number 4, Noah Gurdon. A sophomore forward wearing either number 6 or number 24, Greg Aptekman. A junior forward, number 7, Connor Erdman. A senior forward, number 8, Tommy May. A junior forward, number 9, Max Guo. A junior forward, number 10, Jace Gangadarin. A senior forward, number 11, Seth Walpowitz. A senior forward and captain, number 12, Henry Ames. A junior forward and captain, number 13, Grady Ames. A sophomore forward, number 15, Aton Cat. A junior forward, number 16, Alex Lynn. A freshman defenseman, number 17, Jamison Young. A junior defenseman, number 18, Thomas O'Brien. A junior defenseman, number 19, Ryan Wilson. A sophomore forward, number 21, Owen Lacey. A junior defenseman, number 23, Dylan Katz. A junior goalie, number 30, Jack O'Connor. And a sophomore goalie wearing either number 31 or 1, Craig Haas. Head coach of the Brookline High boys hockey team is Anthony Sarno. Warriors versus Womps coming up in just a minute. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and you're watching Brookline High Hockey.
Braintree racing back the other way, and it starts! Fighting for it now, pass through, and Visnicki somehow stopped by O'Connor. How on earth? Cat behind the boards, and a shot, score! The man, the myth, the legend, the Hank Ames! Pass it back to Young. Young winds, fires, deflected, up in the air, knocks, in! Connor Erdman ties it up!
All right, pre-game clock has run out, and we will soon get our starting lineups, national anthem, and opening puck drop. A reminder, folks, that this live stream is unlisted. Oh my gosh.
Starting on defense, junior number 19, Matt Harvey.
Okay, looks like we're back. Sorry about that, folks. I think I was getting a spam call on my phone, and that disrupted the connection. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening.
Number 30, Cam Barron. And the rest of the Wumps, they're led by their assistant coaches, Michael Larkin, Sean Rizzo, and David Fasano Jr. Their team manager is Kawan Campos, and their head coach is Mr. Dave Fasano.
So we missed the Braintree starters. Sorry about that.
Starting lineup for the home team, your Brookline Warriors. Starting at left wing, a sophomore, number 15, Eaton Cape.
First starter for Brookline, number 15, Aton Cat.
Junior number 9, Max Guo.
Next, number 9, Max Guo.
Starting at right wing, a senior captain of the Warriors, number 12, Henry Ames.
And number 12, Henry Ames.
Starting on defense, a sophomore, number 19, Ryan Wilson.
Number 19, Ryan Wilson.
Also starting on defense, a senior captain of the Warriors, number 4, Noah Gurdon.
Number 4, Noah Gurdon.
And starting in goal, a junior, number 30, John O'Connor.
And number 30, Jack
And the
O'Connor.
rest of the Warriors, they're led by assistant coaches Stephen Sarno, Mike O'Neill, Anthony Sarno Jr., and Joe Ayatarola. And their head coach is Mr. Anthony Sarno. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, that was our national anthem and our starting lineups, and we're about to get this one underway here in Watertown. Brookline versus Braintree. Both teams starting number 30 in net today. For Brookline, Jack O'Connor. For Braintree, Cam Barron. Both teams in different ways trying to get back on their feet. Brookline has lost 3 straight to fall to 3-6-2. Having faced some tough opponents back to back in Bishop-Sheehan, Burlington, and St. Mary's. Braintree, having lost 3 of their last 4 to fall to 3-4-1, they're hoping to get back on track and elevate themselves to a 500 record. Opening puck drop coming up. Looks like it's going to be Brookline's Max Guo against Braintree's Devin Lucas. Warriors and Womps, and we're off. Face-off is controlled by the Womps. Dumped into the Brookline end by number 19, Matt Harvey. Around the boards, Noah Gurdon wraps it around, but the clear is blocked. Long shot saved awkwardly by Jack O'Connor after, I think, a bit of a deflection there. Around the back, it is taken by Lucas. His pass deflected and now cleared out by the Warriors. Chased down by the defenseman, number 8, Jake Joyce. Long pass is chased down by Ryan Wilson. Wilson sends it up the line to Henry Ames, but his attempted self-pass deflected off a skate. They get it back to him in the neutral zone, but it's taken back. Pass misses Lucas. Lucas recovers, but his hit recovered by Gurdon. Clear blocked by Joyce, but Joyce blocked by the body of Gurdon, and Guo wraps it around the boards. Sent in the corner. Guo sends it around. Grady Ames tries to lift it out, and he does, but that's going to go for icing. Ryan Wilson, definitely a player Brookline is happy to have back after he missed a large chunk of the season due to injury, and he comes back at almost the exact perfect time as Brookline lost a couple players to injury following a rough and tumble game against St. Mary's. Dylan Katz and Owen Lacey both out today due to injuries suffered in that game. And that one could not be jammed in as it's covered up by O'Connor. That one coming from a side shot from number 29, Matt Lee. As you can see, the view is not as good as we would have at Walter Brown, but we're going to work with it. Off the faceoff, Gangadarin gets the pass away, gaining the blue line. A long shot deflected by the defense and goes well wide. Cleared out quickly by Braintree, recovered by Jamison Young, and Young manages to lift it back into the Braintree end. Bounces to the back end, chased down by Joe DiMartino. DiMartino's pass gets away from the intended target as Young knocks it back into the Braintree end. Womps trying to take it back out. It's pushed forward by number 11, Sean Canavan. And a shot turned aside by O'Connor. Quick shot from number 12, Mason Rebello. Canavan trying to battle around the boards against Thomas O'Brien. It is recovered by Rebello. Rebello, since passed through, just barely couldn't be picked up by number 16, Matt Ryan, who recovers it from behind. Ryan's pass back. Long shot from Lee, blocked by the defense of O'Brien. Kept on the attack. It's Ryan. Pass through. Finds a man. Trying to weave through. Could not quite get it. And off the pass, it's intercepted by Guo. Sent off the boards. Cat dumps it into the Braintree end as he takes a hard check into the boards. And Barron couldn't quite cover it up. And now Braintree working to clear it out. Long pass up finds Dylan Curtin. Curtin stood up by Wilson. Gurdon recovers. Sends it around the boards for Henry Ames. Pass across, gets away from Grady Ames, but now Henry Ames sends it up. Erdman couldn't take it along any further. Gurdon now sends it into the Braintree end. It wraps around. Barron couldn't quite block it. Brookline fighting to get it. Erdman taking it around the corner. Kind of ran into the official there, but managed to send a pass back around to Grady Ames. Ames sends it back to Wilson. Wilson sends back down Grady Ames. Backhand pass, finds an open man. Erdman's point-blank shot is saved by Barron. Recovered by Brookline, passed back to Gurdon across Wilson. Wilson insert, redirect was saved by Barron. Erdman with some good front presence there, but couldn't get it past Cam Barron. Wrapped around the boards, Gurdon keeps it on the attack. Battling along the boards. Several players in the scrum. And it's forced out by Curtin. And Curtin dumps it into the Brookline end as Braintree starts to commit to a line change after a long defensive shift, as that's going to be lifted over the boards. So, no score as of yet. A little less than 4 minutes in. Off the face-off, quick shot was blocked. Henry Ames passes up, finds his man, that's Cat. Cat lost it, taken by Joyce. Joyce pushing it back the other way. And it's going to be icing. Was just behind center ice and sent that one straight at the line. So it'll now be a Braintree end face-off. Face off. Joyce controls it. Takes it around back. Couple quick passes. Finds number 9, Sean O'Rourke. O'Rourke gains the blue but mistimed it. And that's going to be offsides. We got our first note in the live chat from one of our regulars, Marlene Lyons. Go Brookline, even though my favorite Dylan Katz is out today. Happy to see you tuning in, Marlene. Off the face-off, Joyce's pass is lifted into the Brookline end by number 25, Andrew Gaffney. Wrapped around, recovered by the Womps, sent off the boards, taken now by Gurdon. Gurdon wraps it around. Cat tried to spin off his defender, but the help came in the form of Gaffney. Gaffney sends it off the boards for Canavan, but he lost it, pushed forward by Rebello. Gaffney battling for it along the back, gets it to Rebello. Rebello pass back to number 5, who fakes around one but gets double teamed. Good efforts from Matt Hanlon, but he couldn't win the battle of numbers. Sent to the back, Gaffney coming around the back, whips a shot. It was blocked by, I believe, Wilson. Wilson passed it up to Henry Ames. Ames dumps it into the Braintree end as Brookline commits to a line change. Joyce in the corner, disrupted by Aptekman, but manages to get a pass to Gaffney. Gaffney skating with it. Long shot saved by O'Connor, recovered by O'Brien as Braintree commits to a line change. Pass intercepted, couldn't get a shot off, being checked from behind, and now a long shot turned aside by O'Connor from Harvey. Recovered by McDonough, sends it around the back to Curtin. Curtin back to McDonough, tried to send a pass through, disrupted as he was aiming for Ryan. Long shot blocked, up in the air it goes, and it's taken by Brookline, but it's taken right back by Curtin. Shot deflected off the skate of Young and into the netting. .9:17 on the clock here in the first period. No score at the moment. Off the face-off. Gurdon from around the back sends it off the boards. Nice deflection, finds a man. Skating through the neutral zone, that was Grady Ames. Gurdon forced it across the blue line. Erdman blocks it well and sends it down the line. Gengadarin pursuing, but it's knocked away from him. Taken now by Harvey. Harvey off the boards, up to Curtin, into the neutral zone. And now intercepted by Gurdon. Gurdon taking it back through the neutral zone. Gains the blue himself. Skating around into the corner. And hard checked into the boards by number 17, Aiden Finn. Now Finn, pass up, deflected into the neutral zone, sent right back by Gurdon, and Gengadarin dumps it into the Braintree end as Brookline starts a line change. Harvey wraps it around to O'Rourke. O'Rourke touch pass disrupted. Erdman recovered it for a second, but it's knocked away from him. We've got a delayed penalty, I think, or no, that raised hand was for offsides, excuse me. Pass intercepted Henry Ames, but fighting for it was number 14, Joe Bossy, sends it off the boards. Now Young sending it back the other way. Deflection, no icing. Finn sends it around, gets away from Harvey. Harvey chases it down and pushes it up to O'Rourke. O'Rourke trying to work through the neutral zone, but it's knocked back into the Braintree end. Harvey coming out with it. Harvey trying to skate with it, but blocked by Young. Henry Ames has it up against the boards, gets a pass away to O'Brien. O'Brien sends it up, misses Cat, but the deflection means no icing. Barron parks it behind the net as it's taken by Harvey. Long pass up, finds Canavan. Canavan up to Rebello. Rebello wraps it around the boards. Wilson going to get there first, and he wraps it around. Gangadarin fighting through, kicks it forward, and it's knocked away by DiMartino. Back into the Brookline end. Rebello swoops in and takes it. Shot blocked. Recovers, tries a pass, blocked. Brookline trying to get it out of there, but a point-blank shot is launched and just missed by Canavan. As that lift gets over DiMartino's glove, but it deflects off of it, so no icing. Wrapped around now by Lee. Gets to Canavan and back to DiMartino. Across misses Lee. Gurdon swooping in to keep it on the attack. And Brookline takes it. Henry Ames whips a shot, but it's deflected wide. Rebound recovered by Cat. Pass gets to Guo. Tried to send it through the slot, but missed Henry Ames. Recovered instead by Gaffney. Pass gets up to Rebello. Rebello through the neutral zone. Gets around Gurdon. Rebello charging in, shot high. Around the boards it goes. It was recovered briefly by Wilson. Knocked back by Lee into the corner. Gurdon sends it up to Cat. Cat's pass gets to Guo. Guo dumps it into the Braintree end. It's deflected aside by Barron. DiMartino's pass intercepted. Charging in. Weaving through. Shot missed. As Erdman had a golden chance there but could not finish. And we've got a delayed penalty called against Braintree. I think they're going to call for the trip on Erdman, as Erdman was right in front of the net, made a nice juke move but lost his footing right there at point-blank range. And so number 29, Matt Lee, will go to the box to serve the 2-minute minor. Off the face-off, Gurdon keeps it on the attack. Erdman sends it around the back. Joyce intercepts it and weaves around one. Joyce rushing on the shorthand, lifts it out to the neutral zone, but it deflects off the body of Henry Ames and over the boards. Unfortunately, my scoreboard cam is not pointed at the scoreboard that shows the the penalty clock, so my apologies for that. I'll try and keep us updated as best I can. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Henry Ames. Ames wraps it around the boards into the Braintree end. Brookline battling to get control. Looped around to Max Guo. Guo looking to pursue from behind, but recovered by Erdman. Erdman knocked loose by Joyce. Guo fighting through. Harvey tries to clear it out, and it's knocked along, and now it's an odd man rush on the shorthand. O'Rourke coming in, looking, and looked for too long, and it's covered up by O'Connor. He was trying to get a pass through to Devin Lucas, who was coming up on his left, but Noah Gurdon, good patience on the defense there, as he did not blatantly lean one way or the other, forced O'Rourke to make a decision, and O'Rourke just ended up juggling the puck after taking too long to make a decision. Off the faceoff, pushed right to O'Connor, who covers it up again. That was Rebello off the faceoff, pushing it through multiple defenders. 1:12 now on the clock here in the for the penalty on Lee. Off the face-off, O'Brien spins off his man. Sets up behind the net. Pass out to Gangadarin, who sends it back to Young. Young passes it back up to Gangadarin as they try again. Gets a pass across. Aptekman wraps it around, and it's Taken off a weird ricochet by Barron, or maybe that was a long shot and I just missaw it. Sometimes a little hard to see through the netting here at Ryan Arena. You know, if nothing else, I hope fans come away from this one grateful for Walter Brown Arena and the great view that it affords us. Off the face-off, Joyce tries to clear, and it gets past Henry Ames, and another odd man rush. Lucas picks it up, approaches shot, saved by O'Connor, and rebound chased down by O'Rourke, passed down to Lucas, who pins it to the boards, poked loose quickly by Grady Ames. Ames pass misses Erdman. Joyce swoops in and takes it, but Erdman battles it across the blue line. Poke check from behind, and Harvey clears it, but it's taken by Gurdon. Gurdon pinned to the boards by O'Rourke. Pass goes back to Henry Ames. Guo clears the blue line. Guo approaching. Guo, the shot saved by Barron, and it's covered up. A nice approach by Max Guo, but could not find the back of the net as he had a limited angle there, well covered by Barron. Just 10 seconds left on the penalty with 4:14 on the clock for the first period. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Gurdon. Gurdon long shot knocked down. As it's wrapped around the boards, and Gaffney takes off. The penalty ends. We are back at even strength. Canavan gains the blue, but couldn't keep it going without an offsides. Gurdon takes it, lifts it out, off a skate. Rebello pass off the boards for Gaffney. Gaffney lost control of the puck. He had a golden chance there. Gaffney, a long shot from the point, is saved by O'Connor. Little chippiness at the end between Canavan and Gurdon. That was near disaster for Brookline as an attempted pass deflected off a skate going the wrong way. And a nice off-the-boards pass by Rebello set up Gaffney for a golden chance, but he just lost control of the puck. Off the face-off, it's sent off the boards for Rebello. Rebello sends it back, and it's stolen away. Gungadarin gets pass up to an open man, approaching Erdman. He gets stood up by the defense, but keeps the puck somehow. Erdman gets it to Gungadarin, but couldn't force it through the defense. Lifted off the glass, knocked down by the hand of Young, but it's pushed forward by the Womps. Canavan couldn't outpace O'Brien to the puck, and it is cleared out. Dumped right back in by number 27, Giuliano. Now pinned up against the boards again. Multiple players in the scrum here. It's knocked loose, taken by Braintree. Pass goes back, long shot blocked by O'Brien, and Henry Ames managed to lift it out just barely. It's dumped right back in by Curtin. Taken now by Young, sent off the glass for Henry Ames. Moves it into the neutral zone. It's sent right back in by Curtin. Now Young wraps it around, intercepted by Ryan. Ryan sends a pass down to the bottom, but it gets away from Curtin. But stolen now by McDonough. McDonough coming around the back, sends pass through, and just turned aside by O'Connor on the point-blank one-timer by Curtin. Ryan gets a pass along the back, but it's disrupted by Gurdon. Henry Ames lifts it high into the neutral zone, taken off the bounce by Eitan Cat. Cat dumps it into the Braintree end as Brookline commits to a full change. Around the back, skating with it is Harvey. Harvey taking it across the blue himself. Harvey approaching. Shot saved by O'Connor, and rebound turned aside by Gurdon. Battling along the boards, it's won by Braintree. Coming around the back is Bossy. Bossy turns around, wraps it around for O'Rourke. O'Rourke tangled up with Gurdon in the corner. Couple more players scrumming for it. Gurdon with appeared to be without a stick, but I think he's got it. Pass goes back to DiMartino, across to Harvey. Shot saved by O'Connor. Juicy rebound turned away by Brookline. And Brookline rushing it the other way. Gungadarin gains the blue. Wraps it around the boards. DiMartino intercepts. Gets a pass up to Bossy, who misses O'Rourke. No icing as chased down by Young. Sent around, taken by Erdman. Erdman gets to O'Brien. O'Brien back to the corner. Erdman takes it again, sends it right back to O'Brien. 1 minute in the period as O'Brien passes to Gingadarin, back to O'Brien, and back to Gingadarin. Now tries to lift it up, deflects into the neutral zone where it's going to be chased down by Gaffney. Gaffney looking for somewhere to go. Long pass finds Canavan. Canavan disrupted, knocked away by Guo. Recovered DiMartino across to Harvey. Harvey back to DiMartino. Long pass finds Canavan, but he lost his footing. Recovered by Gaffney. Gaffney approaching shot, disrupted by Young and saved by O'Connor. Young around the boards. Cat tries to clear. It's stopped by Harvey, but we've got a whistle stoppage. That was one of the weirdest hand blocks I've ever seen. Harvey dropped his stick and almost looked like he was trying to catch it with both hands like it was a football. And I think that's actually what they called him for. I think they called him for the underhand glove hit because you have to hit it down. Off the face-off into the corner, wrapped around by Lee, moved forward by Gaffney, kept in the Braintree end by Wilson, chased down by Lee again. Lee skating with it, almost lost it, but manages to get it into open space where Joyce can recover it. And Joyce will just skate out the rest of the first period clock. At the end of the first period, no score between Brookline and Braintree. We got another note in the live chat from James Wilson. Let's go Warriors. Thanks for tuning in, James. I'm sure you're happy to see Ryan Wilson back out there on the ice, doing good things among Brookline's unit of blue liners. No score as of yet, but there has been plenty of excitement from Ryan Arena in Watertown. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the second period of this game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Bringing you coverage of the second period now of today's high school varsity boys hockey contest between the visiting Braintree High Womps and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. We are currently scoreless as we prepare for the second period. We saw both teams get some pretty good chances in that first period. I would say the possession advantage probably leans towards Braintree, but I think Brookline did a pretty effective job limiting the number of really dangerous chances that were being shot at Jack O'Connor. But their offense gonna need to find something, try and break the scoreless tie. Here we go, second period underway. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Joyce. Joyce launches it towards the net, but it's blocked by Noah Gurdon, sends it off the boards. Henry Ames trying to clear it. It's kept on the attack by Canavan. Wilson battling with Gaffney. Gets it loose, a long shot is saved by O'Connor off a shot launched by Matt Harvey. That Gaffney, Canavan, Rebello line has easily been the most dangerous offensive line for Braintree so far. Off the face-off, it's Canavan trying to force his way through, comes around the back pass, deflects, but Joyce keeps it in the Brookline end. This pass chased down by Gaffney. Gaffney approaching, backhand shot saved by O'Connor, and the putback is missed wide. Rebound chased down by Canavan in the corner. He wraps it around, and O'Brien tries to move it along the boards. Gaffney blocks it and keeps it on the attack. Gaffney shot missed wide. Canavan shot missed wide. Recovered by Joyce. Joyce shot missed wide, and we got a whistle. I think we got a penalty against a Brookline player. Looks like it's going to be Grady Ames going to the box. So Braintree going to have their first chance at the power play. We only saw one penalty between both teams last period. But early here in the second, we got a penalty against Brookline. Joyce slides it across to Harvey. Harvey back to Joyce. Joyce, long shot, deflects wide of the net. Chased down by O'Rourke. O'Rourke pinned to the boards. Coming in and taking it is Lucas. Lucas in the corner, pass back to O'Rourke. Turns around. Back to the blue line to Joyce. Joyce's shot deflected, but blocker save by O'Connor. Pass back to Joyce, now up to Harvey. Harvey shot blocked up in the skates, and Brookline takes it back and lifts it out. The official penalty call against Grady Ames is hooking, and there's currently 1:10 left on that penalty clock. Joyce skating with it, gains the blue, takes it around the back, looking, still looking. Pass down to the corner. Bossy sends one through, but the redirect goes wide, and we've got a whistle. Or a couple players, fighting for position. Oh, it's because the goal went off its post. .48 seconds left on the penalty against Grady Ames. Face-off goes back to Joyce. Joyce barely keeps it across the blue line, but it's poked into the neutral zone by Erdman. Joyce passes across to DiMartino. Now back to Joyce. Joyce sends it across the back to DiMartino. DiMartino pass to Gaffney. Gaffney taking off with speed through the neutral zone, gains the blue, approaching, coming in, pass deflected at the last second. Big stop there by Noah Gurdon. Gaffney shot saved by O'Connor. Rebound chased down by Joyce. Joyce fights through the defense along the back. Back around to the point. Long shot blocked by the skates of Cat. And now we're back at even strength as Canavan comes around the back. Pass deflected. And now Grady Ames, fresh out of the box, taking off the other way. Ames blocked by DiMartino, trying to recover the puck. And almost dangerously in front of the net, but Brookline couldn't get a good stick on it. As it's taken back the other way by Gaffney, wrapped around for Rebello. Rebello approaching, but lost the puck. It was knocked loose by the defense and covered up by O'Connor. So both teams unsuccessful on their first power play attempt. And we are still scoreless here at Ryan Arena. Face off. Lifted down to the corner. Young and Curtin battling for it, and in comes Jack Herman. Herman couldn't fend off McDonough, and Ryan battling for it. Now McDonough comes in and takes it, tries to come around the back. Pass it along the back to Ryan. Ryan had an open chance but couldn't get a shot off. Now a shot by Curtin, turned aside by O'Connor. Ryan recovers it. Pass around to Curtin. Curtin lost it. Chasing after it, Herman. They're scrumming along the boards. Puck goes into open ice where O'Brien tries to clear it, but it's intercepted by McDonough. Pass intercepted by O'Brien. Clear intercepted back by McDonough. Sent around the back for Ryan. Up off the glass, Young trying to clear it out, and with the efforts of Aptekman, he does, but Harvey taking it back the other way. Harvey fighting through, pass for Curtin. Curtin shot kicked away by O'Connor. They had him fooled, but O'Connor stretched out just enough to kick that one away. Henry Ames tries pass, intercepted. Harvey breaking through, shot is in. No, my mistake, that was Rebello, or no, I think that's actually number 13, Matt Kennedy. Let me see when he comes out. That's number 13, Matt Kennedy. Off the attack zone interception. Got a breakaway chance and launched it top shelf. So Matt Kennedy, unassisted, registers the first goal of the game. Off the face-off, it's taken again by Kennedy. Kennedy's shot saved by O'Connor. .10:15 on the clock here in the second period. And now Brookline playing from behind. Off the face-off, it's knocked back to Lee. Lee's shot deflected. Now the attempted clear. Being scrummed for Lee. Long shot caught up in the skates, and it deflects out to Cat. Cat's pass up to Henry Ames. Lifts it into the Braintree end. Around the back, Cat pins DiMartino to the boards. Puck knocks loose, and it's taken by Kennedy. Pass gets away from his target, number 22, Aiden O'Connor. Now Gurdon skating with it. Gurdon lifts it down to Barron, who covers it up. Off the face-off, it's controlled by DiMartino. Long pass gets past everybody. Deflection means no icing. O'Connor comes out of the net to wrap that one around, get it away from O'Rourke. O'Rourke eventually takes it behind the net, pinned to the boards. 4 players scrumming for it. It's knocked loose. Lifted by Grady Ames. Off the deflection, Ames takes it again. Pass misses Gungadarin. Lee slides it across to DiMartino. Off the boards, it's taken by Erdman. Pass shot is blocked into the net by Matt Lee. Ricochet off the boards took an unexpected angle, and Brookline almost got a great chance at the net there, but Gungadarin's one-timer blocked by Lee. Face off, won by Brookline. Quick shot blocked by the defense. Joyce recovers, trying to clear. And it's kept on the attack by Brookline, but it goes right to Giuliano. Giuliano up to Gaffney. Gaffney checked hard, but it gets to Rebello. Rebello shot blocked. Shot blocked again. Guo recovers, but he collides with a teammate. Henry Ames tries to clear it, sent right back. Ames takes it again. Pass up to Cat. Poke check gets it away. Recovered, pushed into the Brookline end, but Braintree couldn't advance. It would have been offsides. Wilson's attempted clear, blocked by Canavan. Now tangled up in the corner. Puck knocked loose. Knocked loose again. Gurdon sends it up the line, and I think, what do they just call, offsides, or did it go over the benches? I think it went over the benches, and so we'll have a face-off in the Brookline end. 8:19 on the clock here in the second period. Braintree leads Brookline 1-0. Off the face-off, it's sent around the boards. Curtin backhand pass, knocked back by the defense, but Curtin recovers. Curtin pass back, pass through to the slot, turned aside by O'Brien. Now whipped around by Giuliano. O'Brien first to get there, lifts it off the boards. They couldn't clear it. Shot by Curtin, saved by O'Connor. Jack O'Connor having a strong outing in net so far, the 1 goal allowed notwithstanding. Off the face-off, it's taken by Brookline. Pass over to Connor Erdman. Erdman gains the blue, pass for Gungadarin, disrupted. And it's quickly cleared out by Braintree as they take it back the other way. This is Kennedy gaining the blue, losing his footing. Disrupted by the defense of Wilson. Gungadarin trying to clear. It's deflected but recovered. Wilson gets it up to Erdman. Erdman gains the blue and dumps it in. Giuliano around the boards. Kennedy's pass intercepted by Grady Ames. Ames tried to pass one, but too much traffic. Just barely deflected. Kept in the attack end. Erdman almost had a golden breakaway chance. Lost the puck. Gets back. Shot saved by Barron. And now sent off the back by the defense, actually, as a strategic pass back to Joyce. Joyce lifts it high, and that's going to be icing. But boy, not often you see that. I think it was number 7, Joe Grant, who actually sent it off the backboards in his own end to try and get a pass back to the defenseman Jake Joyce so he could clear it out. And wait, we're having a center ice face-off. So what do they call? I have no idea what they called. I thought it was icing. Maybe they overturned the icing call and so they put it back at center ice. I have no idea. Harvey lifts it out. It's sent back in by Guo. Stopped by Barron and taken by Hanlon. Hanlon around to Harvey. Harvey off the boards. It's kept on the attack by Young despite a hard check from Bossy. Harvey sends it off the boards, gets it to O'Rourke. O'Rourke from behind the net, pass out to Hanlon. Hanlon off the boards, finds a man. Gurdon disrupts it away from Lucas. It's taken back by O'Rourke. O'Rourke advancing. They use it for Harvey. Long shot saved by O'Connor. The ref lost his footing as Henry Ames lifts it out up to Cat. Cat just missed it. Would have had a breakaway chance. Instead chased it down in the corner. Pass, nobody there as Brookline was making a line change. Lucas trying to clear it out. Around the boards to Harvey. Harvey lifts it. And it's icing. Good watch by Jack O'Connor to get the icing call. A note in the live chat from Marlene Lyons. Go Warriors, need a score. That is absolutely the name of the game for the Warriors right now as they still trail 1-0 with less than 6 minutes left in the second period. Off the face-off, Joyce. Joyce lifts it right to Gungodarin. Gungodarin pass back O'Brien. Shot redirected wide. Grady Ames sends a pass through, misses everybody, and it's going back deep into the Brookline end. O'Connor chases out, sends it back to the boards. It's taken back, a shot disrupted by O'Brien. Gaffney keeps with it. Gaffney's pass deflects all the way back to the Braintree end. Brookline avoids disaster there as it's sent around the back for Joyce. Joyce lifts it up. And it's going to be icing as Canavan couldn't reach it. So we will have another Braintree end face-off off another icing call. 5:15 on the clock here in the second. Off the face-off, Joyce controls it, skates around the back. Pass intercepted, quick shot saved by Barron. And the rebound recovered by McDonough. Pass up to Ryan. Ryan gets around the defense, pinned to the boards by Herman, and a penalty is called. Or no, it was an offsides. It wasn't a penalty, it was an offsides. I misunderstood the whistle. Face off, pushed back to Aiden Finn, across to Joyce, now up. Shot from Curtin, saved by O'Connor. O'Connor keeping busy in this game. No shot counts on either scoreboard here at Ryan Arena. But you can be sure Braintree has definitely been out shooting Brookline so far in this game, and Jack O'Connor doing a good job keeping his team in it. Face off and an attack and save by O'Connor, and another save by O'Connor. Joe Bossy came fighting through, had a breakaway chance, but a point blank save by Jack O'Connor keeps it a 1-goal game. O'Rourke pass back to DiMartino, back up to O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking, whiffed on that one. Young tries to clear, but O'Rourke blocks it, sends it around the boards. Off the scrum, it's knocked into the corner. Henry Ames couldn't clear it, and now battling with Bossy along the boards. Multiple players into the scrum. Skating out with it is Young. Young tangled up, gets past Cat, stolen away by O'Rourke, sent off the back to Bossy. Bossy coming around the back, pass deflected by Henry Ames, but couldn't intercept it. Now Henry Ames pokes it back to the neutral zone. Matt Keegan skating around with it. Keegan gains the blue line. Keegan disrupted by O'Brien. Young tries to clear, cannot. O'Rourke now has it around the back. Shot from behind, saved by O'Connor. Now a shot from Gaffney, saved by O'Connor. Lucas coming around the back, pass to O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking, gives it back to Lucas. Lucas trying to fight through, but O'Brien says no. O'Brien whiffs on the clear, sends it around, and it's passed back to DiMartino. DiMartino, long shot saved by O'Connor, and a hard collision with the goalie at the end, and a pig pile ensues. I mean, that's how players are going to react when a goalie gets hit. They're going to immediately, jump into Secret Service mode and be like, "Get down, Mr. President." And I think that is going to be a goalie interference penalty called on Sean O'Rourke as he heads to the box. The face-off was about to take place on the wrong side of the ice, but or is it? The officials are explaining. What is it, because the penalty happened after the play was dead? Wait, there's still 5 skaters on both sides. So it's not even a power play. So O'Rourke goes to the box, but it's not a power play. Shot gets through, could not get through the last line though. Out of that scrum, Brookline keeps it out of the net. And now Brookline tries to clear, blocked again, but forced out eventually by Gengadarin. Now taken by, I think, Harvey. Harvey lifts it up. Rebello couldn't quite chase it down, and Gurdon takes it. Gurdon, pass up. Misses Erdman, and that's going to go for icing. So with 2:48 left in the second period, Braintree up 1-0. We'll have another face-off in the Brookline end. Face-off back to Wilson. Wilson wraps it around. Intercepted. Harvey. And Cat takes it. Cat, long pass, gets breakaway chance, charging in, shots in by Barron. Henry Ames couldn't get it past him. The attempted clear stopped by Gurdon. Gurdon sent around the boards, back around the boards. Gurdon couldn't quite block it as Curtin forced it out to the neutral zone. The PA announcer says the penalty against O'Rourke is for roughing, but again, no power play off that penalty. Henry Ames lifts it. Cat chasing after it in the corner with Lee. Both skaters lose their footing, but Lee gets the pass away to Ryan. Long pass finds Curtin. Curtin trying to weave around the defense, but too many defenders there, and he can't get a shot off. Clear is blocked by Canavan, but now Erdman takes it back. Erdman skating, gains the blue, but it's poked away by Joyce. Into the neutral zone. Gaffney tangled up, lost the puck. Young clears it out to the neutral. Gengadarin to Grady Ames, taken away by Canavan. Back to Joyce, 1.5 left in the period. Gaffney couldn't skate through several players. Rebello takes it but has to pull back to prevent the offsides. Now Brookline takes it, quick pass to Grady Ames. Ames trying to weave around, could not. And it's taken back the other way. It's Gaffney gaining the blue. Gaffney pass back, Rebello, shot saved by O'Connor. Up and down the ice we go, but no scores. That breakaway chance for Henry Ames, the best look Brookline's gotten so far today, but a nice save by Cam Barron. Off the faceoff, quick shot deflects high. Joyce trying to fight through. Still trying to fight through. Knocked loose, Bossy shot wide, and that's going to ricochet all the way back to the Braintree end here in the final minute of the period. Giuliano sends it off the boards to Joyce. Joyce sends it around the back. Henry Ames disrupts it, and Noah Gurdon comes in and takes it. Gurdon, long shot, deflected onto the boards. Henry Ames takes it in the corner. Ames could not get a pass off, and it's stolen. Skating it The other way is Lucas. Lucas shot saved by O'Connor, and O'Connor covers it up. 30.4 seconds left in the second period. O'Connor is still standing tall with just one goal allowed. Off the face-off. And a shot blocked, recovered, shot deflected and kicked aside. Rebello sends it back to Joyce now. Joyce spinning off his defender. He passes up to Rebello, who wraps it around for Canavan. Canavan back to Giuliano. Giuliano lost it. And with just 6 seconds left, Barron is going to whip it around. Guo almost recovered it, but could not, as Joyce lifts it out to end the second period. At the end of 2, the score, the Braintree High Womps 1, the Brookline High Warriors 0. The lone score of that period coming unassisted from number 13, Matt Kennedy, as he got an attack zone interception, a wide open breakaway, and just scored. During this second intermission, I'd like to take a moment to direct your attention to some helpful links in the description section of this video. First, at the very top of the description section, you can see a link to the official Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Hockey Booster Club. If you would like to support Brookline High boys hockey financially, follow that link to their Venmo where you can donate some money. And speaking of donating, below that you can see a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And again, you can find all that information down in the description section down below. But for now, through 2, Braintree leads Brookline 1-0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the third and final period, so stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you from Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts, here to bring you the third and final period of today's high school varsity boys hockey contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Braintree High Womps. Right now, the visiting Womps with a 1-0 lead through the first two periods. The game's only goal coming on an attack zone interception and breakaway for an unassisted score by Matt Kennedy. But while Braintree has decidedly had the shot advantage thus far, Brookline goalie Jack O'Connor putting on a strong performance up to this point. As noted by Marlene Lyons in the live chat, saying Brookline's goalie amazing. And what's funny about it is it doesn't even come close to O'Connor's best performance this season, because those of you who have followed my streams, you know that nothing's going to ever touch that 54 save outing against Wellesley back on January 6th. But I will tell you, this has still been a very strong outing for the Brookline goalie. The Brookline offense has just got to find something to do with it, and it's got to start with the transition game. That's the thing about a sport like hockey, is that it's one thing to say, oh, the offense has got to get something going. The thing is, the defense is what feeds the offensive opportunities. The defense being able to get the puck and clear it out into the neutral zone, or to get it to a forward in a position where they can start moving on the counter. So it's all fluid. So while the defense is doing a good job, they've still got to, do their best to limit the amount of attack opportunities they get overall. Not just limit the quality, but also limit the quantity, so that the offense can get some chance to go on the attack. Off the face-off, it's corralled by Joyce. Joyce slides it across to Harvey. Harvey, pass misses off the boards, and that will go for icing. So Brookline gets an early break and will have an early attack end face-off. Face-off won by Braintree. Clear attempt gets past the defense, but that is going to slide all the way down for another icing. But you can see just from plays like that Braintree isn't scared to go for longer, riskier passes, because they have faith in their skaters that they can chase down and corral those more often than not and turn those into quality attack chances. Face-off again won by Braintree, this time whiffed by Joyce, but he recovers, spins off his man. Long pass off the boards, does get to Gaffney. Gaffney, pass back, Canavan, one-timer missed wide. Off the boards, Eitan Cat takes it, trying to push forward, gets it across the blue line, ricochets back and forth, and Joyce ends up with it. Joyce jukes out his man. Now passes up to Rebello. Rebello across to Gaffney. Gaffney disrupted slightly, and now it's dumped into the attack end by Rebello, as Braintree commits to at least a backline change. Hard check into the boards by Rebello. Rebello up to Canavan. Shot saved by O'Connor. Attempted clear. Blocked by Rebello, and then blocked by O'Rourke, but O'Rourke whiffed on that one, and it's back into the neutral zone. O'Rourke gives it back to DiMartino. DiMartino sends it up the line. It's deflected back. Big chance for Brookline. Grady aims. Shot blocked. Shot sent high. Around the back. We've got a whistle as the net went off its post. Grady Ames got a couple chances to shoot his first shot, blocked by a defender, and then after he recovered the puck, got another shot and launched it high. Face off, DiMartino wraps it around, gets to O'Rourke. O'Rourke lifts it up for Bossy. Bossy couldn't corral it. It's poked away. Grady Ames, long shot saved by Barron. Sent to the corner. Gengadarin gets to Grady Ames, who tries to pass, blocked by Lucas. Along the boards, they battle, and it's taken now the other way by Lucas. Lucas gains the blue. Coming around, shot saved by the glove of O'Connor. And again, you see the speed with which Braintree is able to go end to end so quickly if Brookline's not able to cover up every possible passing lane when they're going for a clear. And when the skaters are that fast, you really can't overly aggressively defend them. Otherwise, they're gonna end up behind you and on a breakaway chance. So really tough to defend a team like that. Pass goes back to Lee. Lee's shot deflects wide of the net into the corner. Curtin wins the battle for the puck. As they continue to scrum along the boards, it's sent around the back. It's taken by McDonough. McDonough checked hard into the boards by Gurdon, and it's taken by Guo. Guo pass across the blue line, too far for Cat. It's taken by DiMartino. DiMartino taking it back the other way. Around one. Into the corner, coming around the back. And sends it around to the corner. Grady Ames tries to backhand along, intercepted by Lee. Lee's shot saved by O'Connor. Jack O'Connor still standing tall for Brookline, but again, Brookline has got to generate some chances of their own if they want to get back in this as they still trail 1-0. Off the face-off, quick shot was deflected. Chased down in the corner by Erdman. Around the back gets to O'Brien. O'Brien for Gengadarin. Gengadarin knocked loose. O'Brien tries to clear again. Blocked by Keegan. Keegan's shot blocked. Puck's touched up to Erdman. Pass deflected. Taken back by Grant. Now knocked the other way by Grady Ames into the Braintree end where it's taken by Joyce. Joyce skating around. Sends it to the neutral zone. Blocks the clear, and Joyce a big chance. Shot off the face of O'Connor. Gengadarin lifts it, intercepted, and launched back the other way by Grant. O'Brien sends it off the boards, taken by Joyce. Joyce blocked at the blue line by Aptekman. Now he sends it over the benches and out of bounds. .11:13 on the clock here in the third period. Still 1-0 Braintree. Off the face-off, corralled by Wilson. Wilson, they managed to dump it into the Braintree end. An attempted shot didn't have enough on it. And Harvey gets it out to the boards and now into the neutral zone. And now into the Brookline end. Wilson whiffed, and it's taken by Gaffney. Pass dangled across the crease there, but out of reach for Canavan. Pass over to Harvey. Harvey, long shot is in. Matt Harvey with the screening help from Sean Canavan. As Harvey gets the goal there off the assist, I believe, from Andrew Gaffney. That makes it a 2-0 score in favor of the Womps. Off the face-off. It is pushed up by O'Brien and knocked out of bounds. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off. And the face-off flies over the benches. Boy, you don't see that every day. Now this face-off works fine, and it's sent off the boards by O'Brien, sent back the other way by Giuliano. O'Brien sends it back, deflects into open ice, pushed into the Brookline end. O'Brien clears it out again.
Score by number 19, Matt Harvey.
And Harvey, pass, blocked by Youngman, now taking O'Rourke. O'Rourke's shot is in. The PA announcer was still announcing the previous goal, and Sean O'Rourke makes it a 3-0 game. An unlucky deflection off of Jamison Young that time went right to the stick of O'Rourke, and there was no one in front of him, and he made the best of his breakaway chance. Timeout called by Brookline with 10:06 left. The third period has been such a tough spot for Brookline these last few games. In the last 3 games, including this one, Brookline has been outscored 8-0 in the third period alone. And those third period struggles are what led to those losses to Burlington and St. Mary's. And now here it's putting the game more and more out of reach against Braintree. 10 minutes left. Brookline's been struggling to generate offense all game, and now they trail by 3 scores. Off the face-off. Pass goes back to DiMartino. Slid across to Lee. Around the and so the PA announcer credits the assists on the goal to number 14, Joe Bossy, and number 19, Matt Harvey. 9:45 on the clock here in the third period, and off the icing call against Brookline, we'll have a Brookline end face-off. Face-off is controlled, and a shot missed high by Kennedy. Brookline trying to clear it, and it's hit towards the net instead by Lee. Recovered around the back by Wilson, but his pass deflected, taken by Kennedy in the corner. But now Guo takes it out of the scrum. Pass around, gets to, I think, Aptekman. Sent off the boards, and Brookline engaged in a line change, so they couldn't chase after that one. Kennedy skating back with it the other way. Poke check by Aptekman. DiMartino pass across to Lee. Lee sends it up to Grant, but taken back by Brookline. Gungadarin gains the blue line. Gungadarin advancing shot off the side of the net. No good. DiMartino pass gets to Grant. Grant across the blue line. His shot deflected high and into the net. .48 left to go in this game. Brookline still with a goose egg on the board. The Warriors have not been shut out in a game yet this season, as Canavan takes the faceoff, goes around the back, and scores. Sean Canavan took it off the faceoff and snuck around back to jam it in the corner, and that makes it a 4-0 game, as the third period woes continue for the Warriors. 3 straight games being outscored 3-0 in the final frame. Off the faceoff, Canavan charging with it again. Coming around the back. Pass back to the blue line. Shot intercepted. Brookline skating back the other way. 4-on-2. Gurdon gains the blue line. Disrupted. From the back, it's recovered. Pass through. Gungadarin's shot turned aside. Gurdon tries to put back. Missed wide. Again, Goddard trying to keep it on the attack, gets to Gurdon. Gurdon spins off his man pass. One-timer missed off of Barron and around the top of the net. Grady Ames keeps it on the attack, but it's going to be taken now by Joyce. Joyce's pass gets through to Gaffney. Gaffney gains the blue, stood up by the defense, recovered by Rebello, shot wide of the net as Gaffney slid into the net, and that will cause a stoppage. PA announcer announces the goal by Sean Canavan, assisted off the faceoff by Mason Rebello. As Braintree now comfortably in the lead at 4-0. Even if Brookline can't come back and tie this game, they want to get some goals to at least have a positive impact on their goal differential, as that does highly impact their place in the power rankings. Off the face-off, sent around to Cat, but he gets pinned to the boards. Sent around, battling for it. Lucas sends it around. Now O'Brien takes it pinned to the boards by Bossy, and it's taken away by the Womps. Pass back, long shot, save O'Connor. Recovered now, I believe, by Tommy May as he lifts it up ice. Out of the scrum, it's O'Rourke coming away with it. O'Rourke looking, passing across. And it's taken out by Lucas. Lucas around the corner. Approaching pass, gets to O'Rourke, can't get a shot off, but pass it back to Hanlon. Hanlon's shot blocked. O'Rourke knocks it down. O'Rourke's shot saved by O'Connor. And a player goes flying into the boards. Now Hanlon intercepts the clear attempt. Shot goes wide. Cat trying to force it out. Cannot. Stopped by Harvey with help from Lucas. Around the boards, O'Brien stolen by O'Rourke. Pass down to Lucas. Lucas pinned to the boards. Kept on the attack. Brookline trying to clear again. May tries to lift it out. Blocked by Hanlon. And gets the pass down to Ryan now to Lucas. Lucas approaching. Saved by O'Connor. Boy, I tell you, it's kind of a shame. Jack O'Connor has had a really good game today. But what's going to go on his record is 4 goals allowed, despite the high number of saves he's made. Off the face-off, pushed through the crease. Into the corner. It's won by Curtin. Curtin passes around the back. Sent through to the slot. And a backhander is scored by Dylan Curtin. Jack McDonough couldn't quite get the shot off, but Curtin came in and sent the backhander top shelf. And it is now a 5-0 lead for Braintree. So that'll be Curtin assisted by McDonough and I think Matt Ryan. Off the face-off, Grant just forcing his way through everybody. Off the face-off, finally pinned to the boards by Gurdon as Brookline tries to clear it out and once again cannot clear it. As so DiMartino along the blue line, pass up to Kennedy. Kennedy sends it across, misses, and a shot was launched by Grant but saved by O'Connor. So the PA announcer officially credits the goal to Dylan Curtin, assisted by Matt Ryan and Jack McDonough. 5:28 left to go in this one. Off the face-off, it is taken by Brookline. Henry Ames pass, and it's launched into the Braintree end, caught by Barron, and he does not let it go fast enough. They whistle the play dead off the long push from Greg Aptekman. Off the face-off, Aptekman fighting for it. Shot goes off the post and into the netting, and that'll be another Braintree end face-off. Off the face-off, Lee sends it around. Henry Ames battles for it, but Lee takes it back. And now the pass gets to Canavan, who sends it up to Rebello as they take it the other way. Around the back, Gaffney takes it. Gaffney pinned to the boards, but it's taken by Rebello. Rebello pass back to Lee. Lee lifts it, blocked by Guo. Guo pass out to his left, gaining the blue. Shot deflects. Henry Ames almost had it, but instead Gaffney taking it the other way. Ames pass deflected and covered up by O'Connor with 4:32 left to go in this one. Off the face-off. O'Brien pinned to the boards. Gurdon lifts this one out, and it's controlled, passed across to Joyce. Around the boards. Clear intercepted, but forced through by Finn. Erdman pass gets up to Grady Ames. Ames trying to weave around the defense, cannot get past Joyce. O'Rourke gets pass up to Lucas. Lucas around the defense, approaching shot saved by O'Connor, and he covers it up. Another nice save by Jack O'Connor in what has been an unfortunate result on the scoreboard despite a valiant effort between the pipes. Off the face-off, a hard check sends a man flying. And that's going to be a penalty against Braintree. It's delayed as Henry Ames' backhand pass misses everybody. And now they blow the whistle for the penalty. And so that's going to be Joe Bossy going to the box. Our first penalty since, I think, the opening minutes, our first power play, that is, since the opening minutes of the second period. Quick shot blocked, but recovered by Henry Ames. Ames skating in, pass over to Gurdon, one-timer saved. Potential putback is knocked in. Connor Erdman ends the shutout. Looking at it, the initial shot was blocked well. Henry Ames, good patience, gets the pass over to Gurdon for the one-timer. And then Connor Erdman just scrapping around the net against multiple defensemen to get that score. So Connor Erdman with the power play goal, assisted by Noah Gurdon and Henry Ames. And Brookline continues their streak, at least, of never having been shut out this season. Around the back, pass back, shot almost there, but not quite for Grant. Now sent through to the middle again, tangled up, and the shot gets launched into the netting.
The Braintree penalty is on number 14, Joe Bossy. 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 19 seconds. That's Bossy for elbowing at 11:19.
PA announcer trying to catch up. He just announced the penalty on Bossy, which is already over because Brookline scored so quick on the power play. O'Brien wraps it around the boards, and it's knocked into the neutral zone. And they're battling through the neutral zone. Aptekman sends it to the Braintree end. Taken now by Keegan. Keegan pass up to number 22, O'Connor. Aiden O'Connor's shot misses wide. Recovered, sent into the corner. That's Grant. Grant sends it through, deflects high off the stick of Jack O'Connor. Recover now, Aiden O'Connor. Shot turned aside by Jack O'Connor. Rebound couldn't be shot properly by Grant. It goes wide. Battling along the corner. And back and forth we go. Shot saved by O'Connor. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play, and whoa. A little bit of extracurriculars. You know, again, when a team gets close to the goalie, that's kind of the reaction, but also when a team is getting blown out, sometimes that can be the reaction as frustrations mount, and both sides going to have a player sent to the box after that one. Matt Kennedy for Braintree, Thomas O'Brien for Brookline. Face off, quick shot, goes high and off the glass. Curtin pass back, long shot saved by O'Connor. The attempted clear blocked by McDonough. And up in the corner, it's Ryan battling along the back. Grady Ames skating out with it. Ames racing. Ames taking it himself. Pass deflected, but Noah Gurdon gets a backhand shot. It's turned aside by Barron. Curtin tries to pass, disrupted. Grady Ames is trying to take it the other way, but instead it'll be Curtin approaching. Weaves around the defense. Shot saved by O'Connor, just barely off the fancy moves by Dylan Curtin. Long shot by Finn now goes wide. Now this pass intercepted by Canavan, approaching. Backhand shot saved by O'Connor. Canavan recovers, sends it back to Finn. Finn gets it up to Canavan. Canavan skating around the back. Passes it back. DiMartino shot blocked and almost snuck past O'Connor, but goes off the post. Back to DiMartino. Shot goes off a skate into the corner. Pass through, poked away. Now this pass intercepted by Goddard and tried to send it off the board. Stopped by Finn. Sent back into the Brookline end. About 30 seconds left in this one, as Braintree will secure the win and go back to a 500 record. Brookline skating the other way in the closing seconds. Grady Ames approaching, tries to stop, but lost control. And Aiden O'Connor going to take that one the other way. It's knocked back into the attack end by Jamison Young, but they're going to call icing. With 10.3 seconds left, that was probably Brookline's last chance to try and make this a multi-goal game for their offense. Regardless, they will suffer their fourth straight loss. Off the face-off, knocked back, long shot, caught up in the skates towards the boards. One last shot from McDonough, backhander, sent wide by Ryan, and that is how the game will end. The Braintree Womps explode for 4 goals in the final period and take care of business to move back to a 500 record. The final score, the Braintree High Womps 5, the Brookline High Warriors 1. Braintree improves to 4-4-1 on the season, while Brookline falls to 3-7-2. Summing up the scoring for the game, no score in the first period. In the second period, just 1 goal scored by Matt Kennedy to give Braintree a 1-0 lead going into the final period. But it was the final period where things came apart for the Warriors. Goals were scored by Matt Harvey, Sean O'Rourke, Sean Canavan, and Dylan Curtin. as they built their lead up to 5-0. Brookline was able to break the shutout off of this power play goal that was scored by Connor Erdman, assisted by Noah Gurdon and Henry Ames. But by then, the game was far out of reach. Well, that's going to do it for this live stream. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all those who brought the support in the live chat. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video, where you can find some helpful links, a link to the Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Hockey Booster Club if you would like to support the program financially. Link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. And then some links about me, which you can also find in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that and contact me directly, you can send me an email with any questions or requests you may have. And remember to follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Final score, Braintree 5, Brookline 1. From Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good rest of your weekend.